Welcome back. Today we are learning an extremely important verb, and this is the verb for to want. In Hebrew, לרצות. So we can see it here. לרצות. לרצות means to want. So let's see how to conjugate and how to use this verb. Let's start with the past tense, or זמן עבר, past tense. Okay? So, how do I say I wanted? אני רציתי. You wanted. אתה רצית. So let's try to use these. For example, I wanted to eat. אני רציתי לאכול. You wanted to eat. אתה רצית לאכול. What about if it's a female, right? If we're talking to a woman, then we say את רצית. And like any other verb in Hebrew, we have two different forms if we're talking to a male, to a man, or to a female. So if I'm talking to a man, אתה רצית. And if I'm talking to a woman, I need to say את רצית. And then he wanted, הוא רצה. And she, he רצתה. What about us? אנחנו רצינו. So for example, we wanted to eat, אנחנו רצינו לאכול. We wanted to play, אנחנו רצינו לשחק. And then we have you wanted, and this is the plural form. So we already saw how to say you wanted if it's in the singular form. So אתה רצית and את רצית. But if it's in the plural forms, then it's אתם or you in the plural form. For males, for a group of men, אתם רציתם. And if it's a group of women, a group of females, you say אתן רציתן. And what about a mixed group? A group that contains both men and women? Once again, we use the male form. So אתם רציתם, even if it is a mixed group. And if it is הם or hen, they, then they, הם or hen, רצו. So this is the past tense. Let's move on to the present tense. הווה. הווה, present tense. So if it is a singular, I wanted, you wanted, he wanted, then we simply say רוצה. אני רוצה, אתה רוצה, הוא רוצה. If it is a singular female, so this is what we see here, יחידה. Right? It's a single female, a single woman. Then it is רוצה. את רוצה. היא רוצה. Then we have the plural form for male, which is רוצים. אנחנו רוצים. Or הם רוצים. They want. הם רוצים. And the plural form for a female is רוצות. הן רוצות. Or אתן רוצות. So for example, let's say that I want to say, I want to play. אני רוצה לשחק. I want food. אני רוצה אוכל. I want music. אני רוצה מוזיקה. And let's try to say you want, right? Now I'm talking to a group of men. I want to tell them that you want music. אתם רוצים מוזיקה. Let's move on to the future tense, which is עתיד. אני ארצה. I will want. You will want. אתה תרצה. את, for a female, את תרצי. הוא ירצה. היא תרצה. אנחנו נרצה. We will want. אנחנו נרצה. אתם או אתן תרצו. אתן תרצנה. And here I want to emphasize that if we're talking to a group of women, we have two different words. You can use תרצו, which is the simpler way and, to be honest, more useful. But this one is a more literary form. This is like the classical form. And if you want your speech to be a bit more formal, you can definitely use this form. תרצנה. אתן תרצנה. But once again, if you want to keep your speech simple and easy to follow, it's better if you say אתן תרצו. Then we have הם or הן ירצו. And once again, we have a more classical form, הן תרצנה. So for females, and once again we're talking about the future tense, for a group of females, we have this special, more fancy form. אתן תרצנה, הן תרצנה. But you don't have to use these, you can definitely just say אתן תרצו and הן ירצו. And then we have this form, which we use if we want to tell someone to do something. And in this case, we want to tell someone to want something. I'm telling them, you need to want this. Want this. Like this is an order. I'm telling you to want this. So if I'm talking to a man, if I'm telling him, want this, you need to want this, I can say רצה. Now, this is not that useful because, usually you don't tell people to want something. It's very hard to demand someone to want something, but I mean, if you want the correct form of the verb, then this is how you say it. רצה. And if you're talking to a woman, רצי. I'm telling you, want this. רצי. And then the plural form, if we're talking to a group of people, we can say רצו. Let's now try to practice a bit more. How would I say you didn't want it, but you are going to want it? And this is if I'm talking to a man, if I'm talking to a male. You didn't want it, but you will want it. I would say, לא רצית, and here it is, לא רצית, אבל אתה תרצה. And if I'm talking to a woman, you didn't want, but you will want, then it would be, לא רצית, אבל את תרצי. And how would we say, we don't want food, we want music. אנחנו לא רוצים אוכל, אנחנו רוצים מוזיקה. Let's now try this. If I want this, they will want it too. אם אני ארצה, גם הם ירצו. אם אני ארצה, גם הם ירצו. And if I'm telling someone, if they, and I'm talking about a group of girls, a group of females, if they want it, you need to want it too, like I'm telling him. Want it too. If they want it, if the group of girls want it too. אם הן רוצות, רצה גם אתה. And as always, if you want to take your Hebrew to the next level, let's schedule a lesson and I'll be happy to help you. My contact details are in the description box below.